exciting matchup we have here this evening as the champions from 2018 who won the Basketball Champions League here in the Wacker Olympic Arena take on their first opponents, the visitors from Germany, their first ever appearance here in the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League. Well, there you can see what the game's going on this evening. Telekom will be taking on Besiktas. Apoel Yerushalayim be taking on Peristeri this evening. More games to come. Nürnberg coming up in a very tough matchup, but it's all live here at the Wacker, and it's the Basketball Champions League round of 16. Well, as we mentioned already, Telekom Baskets Bonn, third season so far here in the Basketball Champions League, and unable to get into the playoffs in their first two seasons, but this could be a different year for them as they manage to scrape through and really assert themselves in the regular season. But the test gets very tough here on the road in one of the probably loudest stadiums here in Europe for that matter, as they take on the champions who won this tournament 2 years ago. Well, Basketball Nürnberg coming up victorious in a very tough matchup, but coming up with a very convincing victory against Tekshuk Bandit AEK. Right now, these two teams will be battling out to make sure that they know who they go on to play next. Well, other victories on tonight, Iberostar Tenerife came up with a big victory. That was last night, sorry. And not to mention another big game in Turkey as Turk Telekom came up victorious 89-78. Right now, the talk is all about the Queen and her loyal fans as they welcome one of Germany's uprising teams who's been a favorite so far. And you can see the former two-time NBA champion probably ready for his first experience of Basketball Champions League round of 16 playoff basketball, so it's all to play for here tonight here at the Wacker. Well, players to look out here, you've got the likes of young player, I might say now already, is Gabriel De Oliveira, who's yet to make his assertion on this team, but Yoshiko Saibu, who's been playing for the national team, will be chipping in. And don't forget, Cuban national Yoman Polos Bartolo, he'll be definitely used now, 34 years of age, but his experience, partnered with Martin Brunig, who will come into the lineup and play a very physical back-down post-game. And one thing about Telekom Baskets Bonn is, I mean, they're not renowned consistently for the perimeter shoot. They can shoot the ball very well from the perimeter, but it's one thing they're going to have to really assert themselves this evening. Really have that true franchise play. I mean, Martin Brunig is their top scorer. He's played 12 games, all the regular season games so far here in the Basketball Champions League. He averages 11.5 points per game, also with 5 rebounds. But again, scoring is shared. I mean, it's collective effort. You think about Fraser, Subotic, and Simon, sorry. Well, chipping in, as we mentioned, Yoshiko Saibu is averaging 7.9 points per game, while Zimmerman averaging 8.5. And if you look at Ike, I mean, there's a lot of players to pick from me. The likes in the backcourt, you've got Mario Chalmers, as we mentioned, the two-time NBA champion, along with Kendrick Gray, who's really coming into his own. And not to mention, veteran Greek guard who was a Eurobasket winner with Greece back in 2005, Nikos Zizis. One player who won the Basketball Champions League in the lineup tonight is Dimitrios Mavroidis, who's a fan favorite and knows what it takes to get to the Final Four, knows what it takes to win the Basketball Champions League. And it's all live here at the Wacker. Mashulis, the Lithuanian there, you can see was brought into the team last year for his experience. There is Christopoulos, who used to play for arch rivals PAOK in the north of Greece. Also has a lot of experience here in the Basketball Champions League. But yeah, one thing Ike's going to be at the losses without point guard Nikos Ginkis, who's one of their top assist leaders. But it's going to be all to play for, as these two teams know how important it is. Remember, it's the best of 3 so far. If it needs to, it will go to a game 3, as the first game will be played here at the Wacker. There you can see the head coach of Ike. That is Ilias Papavedoro, the coach who started his coaching ranks at Athinaikos in the junior program. I mean, before he was with Ike, he was with rivals PAOK in Thessaloniki. Also knows what it's like to coach at this level here in the Basketball Champions League. But before that, he was in Kazakhstan, coaching BC Astana, and also working with many of the Greek national youth teams. Right now holds one of the top coaching jobs here, not only in Athens, but of all of Europe. Well, like now, flying with confidence, having won their 5th Greek Cup, which they won recently, only on the 16th of February. But ladies and gentlemen, we get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game. Again, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight in the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League. Well, tempo is going to be crucial for both these two teams in the early stage, and we'll start to look at the starting lineups. I guess we'll start with the visitors. Telekom Baskets Bonn, but again, I'd be very surprised to see what kind of lineup they go with this game. Remember, they do have a coaching change as Coach Will Voigt comes into the lineup. Again, a man who's done such a magnificent job with the Angola national team, and not to mention Nigeria back in the Olympics. This is his real first. Benjamin Simons is producing a lot of efforts from the perimeter for Telekom Baskets Bonn, and again, making that extra threat from downtown and making the defense spread, but he's going to have to hope that a lot of the players step in and step up. There's a young player, De La Oliveira. Yeah, will he make an impact or will he get in? That's a question. A bright career and the future ahead of him. Well, our officials for tonight are coming from Italy and Latvia. We got Mazzoni, Manuel, Martins, Kovlowskis, and Gatis Salins. And again, we're very happy to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. And they've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they will continue to do so here tonight at the Waka. Well, the starting lineups, you can see Martin Brunig will start as a big man downside along with Alec Brown, while Trey McKinney-Jones, Donald Sloan, and Brandon Frazier will make up the backcourt. That's a very big lineup for Telekom Baskets Bonn. There you can see Martin Brunig, their top scorer so far. Been a huge crucial factor this season so far in the Basketball Champions League. 11.5 points per game, 5 rebounds. Again, a 65% shooter from within the rainbow. Martin Brunig is a very physical, undersized big man. He really likes to assert himself in the low block. And again, he's going to go up against a very big physical team in that of AEK. Well, Coach Will Voigt, as we mentioned, renowned for his international work with teams, national teams of Angola and Nigeria. But again, what a man to bring into the lineup, again, to call the shots in such a big moment of the season for Telekom Baskets Bonn, both domestically and here continental in the Basketball Champions League. Well, like you're going to go with Yankovic, along with Kendrick Gray, Chrissy Kopolis, the big man who will start in the small forward, while Nikos Zizis will play point guard. Dre Grant, the nephew of four-time NBA champion Horace Grant, and the son of Harvey Grant, will make a big, big start tonight for the Queen here live at the Waka. Well, you're just wondering, a big game like this, of Keith Langford, again, percentage he's putting up for the perimeter, shooting 40% from downtown, just averaging under 20 points per game. What kind of defensive matchups will Telekom Baskets Bonn have to stop this man? We'll find out as we are literally 2 minutes away from tip here live at the Waka. Well, tempo is going to be key, as you can imagine. Chrissy Kopolis is going to want to make sure he gets off the mark from the perimeter. He's had some very tough, nice shootings from downtown so far in the regular season. But again, they'll be flying high with confidence, as we mentioned, after winning their 5th Greek Cup. But right now, there's one trophy they want to bring back to the Waka. They've got one already. They want to make it 2, and that is the Basketball Champions League. It's live here at the Waka. Don't go anywhere, as we're set for tip. Well, both sets of players now shake hands, pay each other homage, give each other the accolades. The officials are ready, the fans are ready, the players are ready. It's now time, round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League. We're set for tip. Well, Drake Grind now is going to jump. The tip is up and we're underway. Early start now from AEK. As they lose the ball there, and Telekom Baskets Bonn will have the first possession. Well, killing off the pick and roll now, takes it in. Now Martin Brunig fakes it, doesn't get it. Christopoulos gets the rebound. Now the Queen will try to push. Get to the Nimavre, the Yellow Blacks of AEK. The Queen is just known. Christopoulos now, he wants to take those shots from downtown, doesn't get it. Well, they come up with an offensive rebound with Yankovic. That's a back down, physical defense. 7 on the shot clock, spins, goes baseline. Tough one, bit of contact, no foul called. And Alec Brown now comes up with a loose ball. Now, this is where Bonn's got to try and push the tempo going forward here in the early stages of the first quarter. Let's call the double team now, wide open, Alec Brown. Brown from downtown, doesn't get it. Both teams now coming out a little bit too anxious. Well, Nikos Zizis was actually playing in Germany last year for Broch Bamberg, who made it to a Final Four here in the Basketball Champions League and just still keeps playing. Pulls up for a deep, deep three. The three is good from downtown, and already the Queen is underway as Kendrick Ray nails it. Well, Kendrick Ray actually played for Basketball Nymburk 2 seasons ago in the Basketball Champions League, which he played a playoff game against AEK. As Alec Brown from downtown, he responds down the other end. The big fella letting it go from the perimeter. Well, that's one thing Bonn's going to have to do a good job of making sure they get those open looks from downtown and put the pressure on AEK. He's now going pick and roll with Drake Grind. They do the pick and pop. This one out, pulls up for another three. And Dio Tria para Galo. We got another three-pointer, and this time it's Vlado Yankovic. Oh, they almost come with a steal now. Kendrick Ray just putting a lot of pressure on the ball handles. And Trey McKinney-Jones almost got his pocket picked. Well, that was Donald Sloan, actually. Donald Sloan, you can see, look at this already. Kendrick Ray, look how high he elevates on the three-pointer. And Alec Brown from downtown, letting it rip. Already, we've got a three-point buffet going on as these two teams trying to let it go. Martin Brunig now attacks the basket, and again, smart move by the big fella. As soon as he got it, he attacked the basket, just drew that early foul on Drake Grind. Well, that's one thing for Bonn, especially being an away team here in the Basketball Champions League in the round of 16 in front of such a hostile atmosphere. Try and get into the penalty early, get to that free throw line. Goes down the middle, dish off to Brunig. Brunig, bit of contact, and the big fella makes it count. Well, he averages 11.5 points per game so far in all 12 games of the regular season. And you can see just using his body so well. That's one thing about Martin Brunig is he's such an intelligent basketball player. Now Kendrick Ray comes up one screen. Ray pulls up from 15 feet. Kendrick Ray has come ready to play as he's splashing the Euros out. And again, trying to pick the pocket. Well, coming from a very small Division I program at Quinnipiac University, and again, making a move over to Basketball Nymburk 2 years ago, where, again, started off slowly in the 2018 Basketball Champions League season, but again, he almost led Nymburk to a very big victory over AEK in the playoffs. Martin Brunig now, he goes up to 4 points. He nails the jump shot. Again, Brunig just showing the shooting form from 15 feet. And again, give him that time and space. He will let it go as Kendrick Ray comes off another screen, kicks out. Zizis pulls up for 10 feet off the dribble. Nikos Zizis gets it going early. Well, the veteran player, down low. Alec Brown, are you serious? With the alley-oop, and AEK pay because they don't get back on defense. And the big fella goes down, and he throws it right down. Well, Brown now goes to 5 points. That's his first field goal from within inside the rainbow, but what a good job running the fast break, getting out in transition. Zizis now going pick and roll with Grant. It's a bit of contact in the key. Pulls up for 10 feet. Nikos Zizis can't get the drop. Running with a rebound, and now Telekom Baskets Bonn get pushed. Alley-oop, oh baby! It is a high-flying show from the team from Germany. They're throwing everything up. They're putting on a show. Well, this is what you come to see here in the round of 16. Both teams really trying to put things going, raise the energy levels. Down the low block now, tries it back down. Kicks this one out to Drake Grind from 15 feet. Nails it, nothing but net. Well, Drake Grind really sort of like his uncle there, just from that 15-foot is good ball movement from Telekom Baskets Bonn. They had the wide open shot, did take the three-pointer, and there's a foul under the basket. It looks like it's going to be called on Kendrick Ray. Again, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this atmosphere in here. This is what you come to watch the Basketball Champions League for. Well, they come up with a steal now. Kendrick Ray transition, bit of contact, and he gets fouled now. Question was the foul on the ground or was he going to the basket? Well, that's a tough one because in my mind, Kendrick Ray was in the process of going up to the basket. That should be 2 free throws, but again, we'll have to see the replay because here's Kendrick Ray in transition, and the foul is just there now. That's a tough one. Again, they're gonna go with 2 free throws. Mark Brennig picks up his first personal foul of the game. Brenning's a player that they definitely need in this game, so he's going to have to stay out of foul trouble. It's only his first foul as Kendrick Ray makes the first one. Again, a little bit about Kendrick Ray in his first season here in the Basketball Champions League was in the 2017-18 season where he was playing for Irreversible Nürnberg. And again, he gave AEK a very big scare in the round of 16 where they actually lost in game 2 on the buzzer by a three-pointer. Again, Kendrick Ray almost led Irreversible Nürnberg to a victory over AEK. As AEK went on to win the championship that year. Pulls up now from 15 feet, puts a jump shot. They don't get it. Ron secures the rebound, and now Jesus can push in transition. Transition basketball is going to be so key for both these two teams. Pulls up for another three-pointer, doesn't get it. Brown with a rebound. Now Sloan can push in transition. Pulls up from 15 feet, takes a quick one, and he nails it. Ties this game up. You see Sloan really liking to push the tempo and getting to the line of free throw line, but right now AEK's going to have to sort it out in the half-court sets. Ray comes off another screen from Grant, pulls up for another 15 feet, doesn't get this one. Grant gets the rebound. Telekom Baskets Bonn have to box up because, again, undersized. Apart from Alec Brown, AEK really do have the mismatch against him. Jesus in the lane, kicks out, turns it over. Oh, we got a bit of transition. What we got behind the back, goes up and he lays it. And gives Telekom Baskets Bonn a 2-point lead. And Coach Will Voigt will be very happy with his team's start so far here in the game. Bonn now 6 for 8 from within the rainbow, while AEK only 3 for 6, and they try to love pass. They turn it over, and now 3-on-1. What do we have? Kicks out, bit of transition, and he lays it up off the basket. And right now AEK have to call timeout as Telekom Baskets Bonn are getting out on the races. Kenny Jones making it happen on the fast break so far for Telekom Baskets Bonn. Right now the Queen has to sort their half-court sets out because they're killing themselves on their transition defense. Well, they can see so far AEK with 2 for 4 from downtown as Telekom Baskets Bonn only 1 for 2. But right now it's the defense that's getting them those steals and getting out in transition that's really punishing AEK at the moment. And just maybe overpassing the ball a little bit too much. But there you can see Mashulis is going to come back into the lineup. What a play here, and again, behind the back pass, and just lays it up off the glass. There you can see Theodoros Papaloukas in attendance right now, and again, a fan favorite of Greek basketball who led Greece during the renaissance of their years in the early 2000s, where they were Eurobasket champions back in 2005 and also made it to a second place in the World Cup in 2006 in Japan. Right now, he's in attendance to watch the Queen. As you can see already, it looks like Telekom Baskets Bonn, they were playing the zone defense to kick this one out. Now Langford tries a three, puts it up, nails it. That's one player right now. Telekom Baskets Bonn can't leave wide open from the perimeter, as he will knock them down all night long as he cuts it down to a one-point ball game. Simons now pulls up for a quick three. Another one who can find his downtown touch, but right there, Kendrick Ray comes up with a rebound. Shooters kicks out to Kendrick Ray. Ray, time and space, takes another three. And Dio Tria Paracalo Efaristo from downtown. Kendrick Ray hits his second tray ball. And right now, AEK having a 2-point lead. Now move up to 4 for 6 from the perimeter. Telekom Baskets Bonn have to do something about the perimeter shooting from the Queen. Down low to Martin Brunig. Brunig in the lane off the backboard, doesn't get it. Mike almost stumbled it. If it comes up with it now, he can push in transition. Nice score pass down low, and a foul's called. Looks like the foul's been called on Brandon Fraser. Smart there by Marcus Slaughter just to cement himself in the low block and have that positioning over Fraser. Well, 5-second violation's been called now. That's very unlike AEK. Again, just a little too slow to get into that set, and again, off a simple bounce pass. And credit to Telekom Baskets Bonn making the defense very tough and not allowing AEK. Oh, it was a foul, actually, sorry. Langford gets called for the offensive foul, sorry. It's off one screen down low, they turn it over, and now transition. Jesus gives this one up. Try another three, Kendrick Ray from downtown. He hits another one. Well, he's on fire at the moment. He can't be stopped. Well, the question now for AEK is how much longer can they keep shooting the ball from the perimeter? And Telekom Baskets Bonn put a stop to this. Down low to Simon. Simon's good ball movement. Well, it was the movement off the ball as he set that screen, but again, what a simple pass. The assist coming from Joshiko Saibu. Simons picks up his first 2 points of the game. For now, going pick and roll with Marcus Slaughter. The foul's being called, and I think it's going to be called on number 13, Yulman Polos Bartolo. He's been a terrific player so far for Telekom Baskets Bonn this season here in the Basketball Champions League, being a very much of a defensive-minded hustle player. But again, he can show some nights, put up some solid numbers. Lane now, Slaughter lays it up off the backboard. And AEK hold on to the 5-point lead. Marcus Slaughter has been a key addition so far for the Queen here in the Basketball Champions League. And I think of some of the big players they've had so far in the last 2 years. Down low, goes in, gets the M1. And the big fella, Stefan Zimmerman, is going to go to the free throw line now for one shot, sorry. Makes the M1. This is a beautiful pass by Yulman Polos Bartolo. Spot now Zimmerman, but a good move. And again, slow for the defense to react as Nico Zizis picks up his first foul. Makes the free throw. Cuts it down now to a 2-point ball game. Bonn now looks like they're going to go into a 2-3 zone. Again, do you want to play that against a team who's lighting it up from the perimeter? Langford now shake and bake. Well, takes a one-on-one isolation play. Doesn't get it. And now, well, they turn it right over. Kendrick Ray comes up with it. Ray's going to pull this one out. Langford goes in with his left. Bit of contact all the way. Doesn't get it. It looks like Yulman Polos Bartolo is going to pick up the foul. You can see just knocking over Marcus Slaughter. And again, the size mismatch. There's going to be a lot of problems with Telekom Baskets Bonn. That was the tough shot by Langford again. The tangle up between Slaughter and Paulos Bartolo. That's his second personal foul of the game. 1:12 to go here in the first quarter. As AEK have a 2-point lead, and now Langford's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. The man originally from Fort Worth, Texas, played his university basketball at Kansas. He's played all over the globe, and then all his accolades. Played for some big teams in Europe, and not to mention also plays for a few teams in the NBA. He's traveled mainly over Europe, but again, what an addition he's been so far for AEK here in the Basketball Champions League, as he makes it 2 for 2 from the stripe. You got to think, for a team like AEK, any player they sign is going to come of high caliber. And not only have they won the Basketball Champions League in 2018, they've also won 8 Greek championships, 5 Greek cups. It's a team that's renowned for filling the trophy cabinet up. Zimmerman in the low block doesn't get it. Langford comes up with a rebound. And now AEK can push in transition. Just kicks this one out. Good movement. Ray in the corner. Langford doesn't take it. This one takes a hard fadeaway. Oh my Lord! Langford is going to work with a bit of cash money with the fadeaway. They pull it for a quick 3 in transition, and Sloan knocks it down. It's end-to-end stuff for these two teams. They know the importance of this game, of this series here in the round of 16. And this is the Basketball Champions League. Jesus gets a handoff from Langford. Comes off one screen with Slaughter. 6 on the shot clock now. They throw it down low to Mashulis. Almost gets his pocket stripped. He turns it over. And Telekom Basket. Oh no, sorry, there's a foul called. Foul's been called on Kendrick right now. That's going to be 2 free throws, I believe. Well, Telekom Basket's Bonn with 6.2 seconds ago, and AEK had 5 seconds difference between the game clock and shot clock. Again, award Telekom Basket's Bonn with 2 easy free throws right here at the end of the third quarter. Kendrick right now picking up his second personal foul. He's got to go to the bench. Saibu missed the first free throw. Again, this is key right now. These two teams really getting to the stripes so far here in the early stages. Looks like Coach Will Voigt, to think about here going into the second quarter, knows his team. He's probably in for a good chance this evening. Saibu makes the second one now, cuts it down to a 2-point ball game. Now AEK have 6.2 seconds to get this one. Court. Plenty of time to get a shot off. Langford now gonna have to attack Sloan. Langford all the way, pulls up 15-foot, doesn't get it. At the end of the first quarter, it's the home side AEK hold on to a 2-point lead. 28-26 here. First game of the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League. I'll just show you some stats and highlights, but so far the home side just clinging on to a narrow lead. This have pegged back a little bit, but the perimeter shooting has been phenomenal from the Mavri, the Yellow Blacks. As you can see so far, they're 5 for 7 from downtown, 71%. Telekom Basket's Bonn at 2 for 4. And now Bonn's perimeter shooting has actually been backed up by how well they're shooting from inside the rainbow. You can see 9 for 13. There you can see Kendrick Ray letting it go from downtown. Good, great ball movement. Alec Brown. Well, this one is Yankovic pulls up for it. Could be the difference in this game is who comes out and who shoots well from the perimeter in the second half. Is Kendrick Ray already with 3 tray balls to his name. It's Mont Brunig there. You can see smooth shooting form from 15 feet off the pick and pop. The alley-oop time. Oh, you gotta love it. Dre Grant there you can see playing just like his uncle Horace. Look at this transition play there by Sloan, pulling up from 15 feet behind the back pass. And Telekom Basket's Bonn showing no fear so far here in the Waka. We're going to start the second quarter right now. Ike's going to have the first possession, but I think you just see a little bit of anxiety in their play at the end of the first quarter. Not moving the ball as well as they should have. Langford now on the ball. Jesus kicks this one out to Langford. Langford now in the lane to Slaughter. Slaughter goes up! Well, no basket, but oh my Lord, did he serve one up against Simons. Now will be sideline ball to White because the foul was on the ground, but my word. I mean, look at this. Brunig is put on a poster. Well, thank goodness for Brunig. Points don't count. Langford now gets a slow pass. Pump fakes in the lane. This time takes a three-point. The man from Texas doesn't get it. Well, they almost turn it over. Mario Chalmers in the game. Trying to come up with a loose ball. Comes off one screen now, gives up to Brunig. Brunig in the lane, and he serves up Slaughter. He gets a bit of a revenge, and this time it will count. Well, Martin Brunig did not like what Slaughter did to him, and he just pays him back one. He lets him know, I've come ready to play as well. Zizzis now off one screen. Zizzis takes a shot in the lane, doesn't get it. Brunig with a rebound, and now Telekom Basket's Bonn can take the lead. Takes this one out to Simons now. Major cross-court pass and get the look in the corner. The three is up. Hines, 2, 3, nails a triple. And now it's a three-point lead to Telekom Basket's Bonn. Off to a 5-0 run here in the second quarter. Chalmers now. This is where Ike's got to be a lot quicker. Getting those open looks as Chalmers goes pick and roll. Chalmers crosses over, a bit of contact all the way. Arrow Chalmers gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. That's much better as the foul now. He was on Martin Brunig. That's now his second personal foul of the game. Well, Mario Chalmers, players we mentioned, not only is he a 2-time NBA champion, but he actually won the Basketball Champions League last year. So again, another player with experience in this competition. Knows what it takes to get to that stage in the Final Four, and again, just to go out and win it. So what an addition he's been so far here for Ike this season here in the Basketball Champions League. Off one screen now, all the way in the lane, off the backboard, gets it to drop it again. No foul called. It was right over Yankovic. It's a tough moves. He gives Bonn a 3-point lead so far here in the second quarter. They look for Langford now. Langford comes off one screen. Langford in the lane to Slaughter. Slaughter tries a bit of soccer, and now Telekom Basket's Bonn can build on the lead in the lane. Brunig gets all the way, doesn't get the and one. He's now going to go to the free throw line. 2 shots, and the foul's on Marcus Slaughter. Well, Slaughter lost control of the ball, and you can see just how quick Telekom Basket's Bonn out to get out and transition. And Brunig now goes up to 7 points. And again, he is that top scorer, as we mentioned, with 11.5 points per game here. He's featured in all 12 games of the regular season here in the Basketball Champions League. Misses the second one. Shiko Saibu tries to go in for an offensive rebound. Right now, Telekom Basket's Bonn have a 4-point lead, the biggest lead they've had so far here in the round of 16 on the road here in the Waka. Fell off the ball, and again, that's now 15th foul for Telekom Basket's Bonn. That's not one thing they want, is to get into early foul trouble. You can see a tug on the shoulder by, looks like it's on McKinney Jones. A careless foul to give away. Will be baseline ball now to Ike. Beautiful backdoor play, and right now Mario Chalmers Gives Ike a little bit of life here in the early stages of the second quarter. You can see, made that bump in a beautiful spin around by Trey McKinney-Jones. It's actually Frazier, sorry, but Chalmers now goes with the 4 points. The foul is on Yankovic. Off one screen for Saber. Now foul's been called on Mero Chalmers. Chalmers just tugged on the shoulder. Beat on the screen, but again, too much foul trouble for Ike to be concerned about. See, just comes off right there. Just gives a slight little nudge to Yoshiko Saibu. What are you now looking to take on Slaughter? Slaughter picks his pocket. Great defensive play by Marcus Slaughter. Had the confidence to take him on, but Marcus Slaughter, defensive intelligence just to pick his pocket. Langford now shakes and bakes, steps back, big time three. Keith Langford, nothing but net. He nails that one as he puts Ike back up by 1 point. Ike absolutely cooking it from downtown as Langford now moves up to 10 points. He averages 19 points per game for the Queen. Saibu now catch and shoot from downtown, and he puts Telekom Basket's Bonn up by 2 points. It is a cookout right now here in the capital of Greece. Teams letting it go. Ike 6 for 9 from downtown. Telekom Basket's Bonn 4 for 6. As Ike responds very quickly with Mero Chalmers. Well, we got a tie game now. Almost turned over. Martin Brennan keeps it alive. Brennan kicks out. Good ball movement. Simons, big three, nails it. And Telekom Basket's Bonn have a 3-point lead. And that is now their 5th treble of the game. Simons now moves up to 5 points. He's had his first treble, but again, got the perimeter shooting from Ike in the first quarter. But right now, Bonn stepping it up. Will be sideline ball now to Ike as they trail this one by 3 points now. Bonn, one foul away from putting Ike at the free throw line. We haven't even played half of the second quarter. It's been an exciting game as these two teams really just battling it out and showing the range from downtown. And it's one thing that's gonna be interesting going into the second game. Langford bangs, offensive foul. Defense by Yoshiko Saibu as Langford tried to use the muscle. Yoshiko Saibu used the finesse. Well, that's now his second personal foul of the game. Now the question for Ike is, you bring Kendrick Ray back in. Looks like they're going to do just that. Ray's back in the game. The question is, there he's coming for Langford, so Langford will go to the bench. As Ike sent the top scorer. Sure doesn't get into any more foul trouble here. That's a lot of depth Ike have got, the likes of Mario Chalmers, Kendrick Ray, and Keith Langford in their backcourt. Nikos Gikas is injured to a broken wrist and probably will be out for the rest of the Champions League season. Board. Now comes up with a loose ball, finds Simons. Saibu in the corner, another three. You gotta bet it. He's gonna make it. And now it's a 6-point lead to Telekom Basket's Bonn. All of a sudden, have come out guns blazing here in the second quarter. They're now 6 for 8 from downtown. Ray now comes up from 15 feet, takes a jump shot, doesn't get it. Slaughter offensive rebound. Slaughter, bit of contact, goes up. No foul called. Sloan now comes off one screen, gets caught in by Slaughter, but from Basket, Sloan tries another three and they don't get it. Slaughter with a rebound. This is where I probably just need to build up a bit more tempo, momentum going into the second half as Kendrick Ray gives up to Slaughter, tries a jump hook, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound, gets the M1. And the big fella is gonna go to the free throw line now to make a 3-point play. Marcus Slaughter there, just too big, just too strong, just too good. Marcus Slaughter originally from San Leandro, California, but we got a timeout right now as these two teams want to talk it over. Telekom Baskets Bonn have to respond to the blocking out and making sure that AEK will come up with too many offensive rebounds.
He wants to go to his right and turn it back around, okay? They're going to hard hedge that. You don't need
See right now, Telekom Baskets Bonn just doing a better job inside the field with 17 for 25 from within the rainbow, but right now AEK just being challenged on the perimeter for that matter as Telekom Baskets Bonn is 6 for 8 from downtown. But AEK are out-rebounding them 14-7. That's one thing Coach Will Voigt has got to say to his players. With 2 more quarters to go in this game, we got to make sure that we take control of the rebounds. Well, it's going to be one free throw now to the former San Diego State basketball player who actually started his professional career with Pinaka Shiaka back in 2006 before having a season with Miami. He'd also played for Apoel Yerushalayim, another member of the Basketball Champions League, but can't make the three-point play. And now Telekom Baskets Bonn with a 2-point lead can try and restore a little bit of space between them and AEK here in the second quarter with just over 4 minutes to go as Joshiko Saibu goes all the way, doesn't get it. Slaughter gets a rebound, and now Kendrick Ray can push in transition. Ray kicks out the Chalmers. Chrissy now scoreless in the game, tries to back down when he's got a double team. Kicks in the corner, Yankovic. Yankovic now gets away with one push-up. You can just see his foul's being called on Alec Brown. Yankovic here making the drive and just puts his arm out there, and again, got to be very careful. Doesn't pick up an offensive foul there. Well, Vlado Yankovic now will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Was originally born in Belgrade. Started his professional career with Panayonis here in Greece. He's also played in Spain, but again, had finished playing for Holargos. He's also a local team here in Athens before making a big move over here to the Waka for the Queen. He makes a second free throw. Well, he's got 2 rebounds and 2 assists to his name. He ties this game up for 43 apiece, and again, not a lot to separate these two teams. Bruni now gives this one up to Sloan. Comes off one screen now, takes him with his right. A bit of contact, hangs in the air, doesn't get it. And I come up with a loose ball with just under 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. Kendrick Ray now crosses over. What a move in the lane, bit of contact. Somehow, someway, Kendrick Ray gets that one to drop. And I don't think he knows how that one went in. The basket now with Brunig against Dre Grant. Dre Grant almost strips him. But it's going to be Telekom Baskets ball baseline with 3:06 to go here in the second quarter. In the lane now, goes up, gets rejected. Dre Grant said, "No in Mikasa, not in my house." Chrissy now wide open. Ena Dio Tria Evaristo from downtown. And this crowd goes wild. And we're going to have a timeout now as Coach Will Voigt has got to sort out the defense for Telekom Baskets Bonn. Well, AEK now, again, still cooking it up from downtown as they are putting on a show as they now have a 5-point lead. They're shooting 70% from the perimeter. He grinded for that as well. Telekom Baskets Bonn is shooting 6 for 9 from downtown. They're 66%, but again, the question is, can they maintain this going into the second half? We'll find out.
Everything is motion. Right now we have a set because I called a timeout. But if it's a MIG, flow up the floor. We're playing out of motion right now. Drags are good for us.
Stay physical. And try to out-tempo. Stay physical, fellas.
Right
Quite
here.
surprising stat to see there. You can see Telekom Baskets Bonn 18 points in the paint as opposed to Ike's 12. Ike with the size, and Chrissy Kopolis, Marcus Slaughter, and Drake Grind. You would have thought they would have taken advantage of that, but again, Martin Brunig leading the way for Telekom Baskets Bonn inside the paint this evening. Brunig has 7 points. I mean, their top scorer this evening is Joshika Saibu, but Saibu has now been 3 for 3 from downtown. Look at this from Kendrick Ray, the crossover. Just how does this go in the basket? I mean, just put it again. He looks at the crowd and say, I have no idea. Vexero and Drake Grind with the block. Downtown, Chrissy Kopolis, Barakalo. Please nail that one. Right now, Telekom Baskets Bonn trail this one by 5 points here in game one. They turn it over again, and now Chalmers in transition. Mario now down the lane. Mario gets tripped over. It's a blocking foul, and that's going to be 2 free throws now for a 2-time NBA champion and 1-time Basketball Champions League champion. That smart play that you can see just took it, made the contact, and again, Trey McKinney-Jones just too slow to get over in the help side defense. These are big free throws now for Mario Chalmers. Remember, he spent last season playing in Italy, getting a good taste of European basketball, having such a successful career in the NBA. Definitely a fan favorite over here in the Waka here in Athens. Has 1 trophy so far with the club as they won the Greek Cup on the 16th of February. At that 5th Greek Cup, but right now they're on a mission to win the 2nd ever title here in the Basketball Champions League, and we'll find out. Bruger now sets off 1 screen. Chrissy Kopolis gets called for the foul. Both teams, again, early in the penalty, sorry. So now Telekom Baskets Bonn will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Brandon Frazier, originally from Brooklyn, New York, played his university basketball for Fordham, but started his professional career in the Netherlands back in 2014. So making moves out to Hungary. Makes the first free throw last season. Played for San Pablo Burgos, which is a rival team here in the Basketball Champions League. So again, another player with a wealth of experience here in Europe. Chalmers off 1 screen, looking for the pick and pop of Chrissy Kopolis. Gets a handoff of Kendrick Ray. 6 on the shot clock now. Ray's gonna have to get something, but gives this one up to Chalmers. Mario pulls up, deep 3. Mario Chalmers can't get it. Big rebound by Drake Grind. Ray almost turned it over. But he got to be much better going to the basket. Kendrick Ray carries the ball. And another turnover for Ike. As Telekom Baskets Bonn trail this one by 4 points with the ball. And here's the over carry. Just dribbled the ball a little too high. Telekom Baskets Bonn don't have an offensive rebound so far here in the game. And again, you got to think when you're trying to play and get a victory here on the road, you got to go in for as many second chance points as possible. But Ike with the 8th turnover of the game is Martin Brunig. Kicks this one out to Alec Brown. He's made 1 3, takes another one, doesn't get it. Oh no, he does. Well, he got the drop on that one. He fooled everyone. Gets it down to a 1-point ball game. Brown now moves up to 8 points. He's 2 for 3 from downtown, making the second trade ball as Nico Zizis comes back in the game for Ike. Brown kicks out to Ray. Kendrick Ray back down to Dre Grant. 5 on the shot clock now. The big fella backs down, goes in with a tough jump hook, can't get it. And now Telekom Baskets Bonn can take the lead. Raise it down low. Beautiful pass there to Martin Brunig. Martin Brunig. Oh, he missed a wide open layup. Well, that would have given Bonn a 1-point lead with just over a minute to go, but now Ike just get out of jail with the poor defense. Koppel's now backs down against Alec Brown. Koppel's got to be careful, doesn't pick up an offensive foul here. Puts up a tough jump hook, he can't get it. Running with a rebound. Now we're under a minute to go. Frazier pick and pop in the lane. He gets fouled. Now Martin Brunig go to the free throw line. The foul's on Dre Grant. You can see Dre Grant elevated so high. Try to block Martin Brunig. Brunig just hung in the air. See, here's the pick and run. Watch Brunig just hang in the air a little bit. Smart move there to avoid the block and get the foul. Brunig, originally from Unification, Germany, stands at 6'8", which is about 2 meters and 3. She played high school basketball in Wisconsin, playing at the University of Washington and University of Montana. And she played with a German rival team who once made it to a Final Four in 2008 with MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. He now gives Telekom Basket's Bonn a 1-point lead. Well, now Bonn at 5 for 6 on the free throw line this evening again. Neither team really getting to the stripe here in the early stages of this game, but we can see that dip change in the second half. And Jesus goes pick and roll now. Koppel. Jesus double crossover, pump fakes, kicks out. Koppel, can he get another three? Koppel, yes he can. Oh, nails a big time shot and puts Ike back up by 2 points. Now Telekom Basket's Bonn to get the last shot of the first half. Sloan now guided by Mario Chalmers. 6 to go, here comes the pick and roll. Sloan double crossover, steps back, big time three, doesn't get it. And they try to get a rebound. And at the end of the first half, it's the Queen Ike, Kitrini Mavri. The Yellow Blacks lead this one by 2 points, 52-50 here. Game 1 of the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League. The champions of 2018.
Taylor, little crossover, little step back. Oh, wonderful handle by the big man, my goodness. Oh, wonderful pass and a wonderful finish. What a big, big play by Masulas. Foster now hands it up. Oh, what a rejection by Johnson.
Misses the first, and they need to foul. They get it back for the three. Oh, it's good! The three is good. Marco Filippone. That's why he was in the game. Zoltan Paul to make the two. Filippone has made the three. What a game! What drama! Left hand with a crushing dunk all over Hapoel Jerusalem. Throwdown off the alley-oop for Chris Dow. He is starting to really have a positive impact for this team.
And what a tough catch by Martin, then he puts it up! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, he's made it! Was it Stone in the end?
Oh, what a block. 3-on-2, 4-on-2, and they pull it out.
Over to Saunders, he puts it up, he had a lot of time left. Ah, he hits the three! Can you believe it? Unbelievable! There will be no overtime!
Back to Luke. Oh my Lord! I mean, he stares it down. You remember the name. It is Abdullah Luke.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half here, the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League between our hosts, AEK BC, the champions of the Basketball Champions League in 2018, as they host Telekom Bonn, who've made their first appearance here in the playoffs of this competition. Right now, the Queen leading by 2 points. Kendrick Ray, top scorer for AEK with 14 points. Marcus Slaughter with 6 rebounds, and Mashulis with 2 assists. We got 2 more quarters of basketball to play. Kendrick Ray, they can see 8 more in those categories away from having a quadruple double with rebounds, assists, and steals. You got 2 in each category with 14 points, but the likelihood of him achieving that landmark would be very impressive, but highly unlikely. But right now, probably the one thing on his mind is to make sure that AEK come out with a victory. It was Yoshiko Saibu. Right now, the top scorer for Telekom Bonn is Mon Brunig, has 4 rebounds. Brunig also has 9 points, as well as Alec Brown.